I'm gonna wait till you're done drinking, and then we're gonna do the intro. You ready, Kaitlin?
I am ready.
Okay. Hey, it's Holly Jolly Fun Times with Kaitlin and Lisa again. Welcome to, what's the name of our show? Lisa and Caitlin's Holiday Movie Club. We're here. We're in the clubhouse. We got our club jackets. We got our sweet bracelets. And we want you to join us here in the club. And we're going to talk about those cheesy, good, bad holiday movies that we all secretly love. How's this intro going, Kaitlin? Are you proud of me?
I am so proud of you. We got our club drinks.
Yes, we do. What are you drinking this evening?
I have the Red Velvet Baileys.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's stupid good.
It's so good. And then, of course, I still have the Christmas tumbler with water, so.
Yes. So I started with just a glass of water, and then I was peer pressured into getting wine. No, I'm just kidding. No, I decided to get wine to be cool because cool kids drink alcohol. And so now I have some of my Apothic super cheap Costco wine in a snowflake cup to be festive. And I'm glad I did because it's delicious. So what's new, Kaitlin?
Not too much. Gonna go up to the mountains, which I'm very excited about, so that'll be fun.
Ooh, very Christmassy.
Yes, very Christmassy. I will also share my findings as I am up there in a small town in the mountains.
Lots of pictures, please.
Yes, lots of pictures. I gotta go find a gazebo, you know.
Wait, is Puns coming? Is Puns going with
Puns
you?
is going. Puns has a nice...
he's your BFF on the trip, I'm sure.
He is a BFF. He also has a nice sweater, so we'll make sure to post plenty of photos. Gotta go find the town busybody.
Okay, stop. Everyone stop. Kaitlin, stop. First of all, you are butting in on my opening act.
I didn't think that was be on the list.
Yes? Okay.
All right.
Okay, everyone stop. I have a segment. We swore we weren't going to do segments, but I have a segment. And I'm going to do top 10 must-haves in a holiday rom-com. Okay. Every Christmas movie, every cheesy Christmas movie has to have these. Are you ready?
I'm ready. So are you doing 10 down to 1?
No, it's in no particular order.
Okay, all right.
Because I jotted these down about 5 minutes before we started filming. Recording, we'll say.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Number 1, small town busybody. Ah, you nailed it, Kaitlin.
Gotta love him.
Number 2, an inn that needs saving. Gotta have that.
Got that one too?
Yes. Number 3, a rude but handsome stranger who will soon fall in love with you.
Yeah.
We love it. Okay. Number 4, a work-obsessed and tragically single protagonist. It's a must-have.
Yep.
Okay, number 5, you nailed it again. Gazebo. Gotta have a gazebo with, lights. Very Stars Hollow style,
yes,
right?
100%.
Yeah. Number 6, a reluctant dance number with an 80s song.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good one, right? Yeah. Number 7, crying with a full face of perfect makeup.
We discussed this before. Yeah.
Number 8, characters holding coffee cups that definitely do not have coffee in them. One of my favorites, working on a set. Number 9, friendly old person optimistic advice.
Oh.
That's worded weird. Phrased strange. Okay, let's phrase that better.
It made me think of The Holiday. The sweet little old man in The Holiday.
He is one of my all-time favorite characters. He's from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Do you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, no, he's like a legend. And number 10, every Christmas rom-com has to have an establishing shot of the city with a sassy Christmas song. Come on, it's New York, you gotta show all the buildings, and then I wished you a Merry Christmas, but underneath
Wasn't it the Christmas Prince, where they have the establishing shot, and they cut, and then the sign says Chicago Tribune, and they're like, we're in New York!
I don't remember that, but probably. I believe it. Okay, so that was my top 10 list, and hey, we're really appreciative of all the people who have been active on Twitter, talking to us about our podcast and enjoying it. A lot of people have been asking that we cover older Christmas movies and not just the recent crop that's being dropped on Netflix and Amazon and Hulu this year. I'd say that, Kaitlin, correct me if I'm wrong, are we going to focus mostly on the latest ones?
Yeah, I think we're going to focus on the latest ones, but obviously we want to listen to your recommendations, and if we have time to cover the older ones, we definitely will. But this is also a limited series. We only got, 7 more episodes to go?
Yes.
6?
Nailed that math.
6?
Well,
this is episode 2.
Yeah, because this is episode
2. Lisa and I, we're math majors, as you can tell.
It's fine. We're pretty. We don't need to know numbers. It's okay. So yeah, I mean, maybe like for funsies, we'll like hit on some of the older ones. I know somebody mentioned like the Star Wars Christmas class, but what's there to say about the Star Wars Christmas holiday special that hasn't already been said? I mean, It's the worst thing to ever be put on television, and therefore it's the most magical piece of art.
Well, now we also have the new Star Wars Christmas special, which is the Lego version on Disney Plus.
I have not seen it. Is that new?
It's new. I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out
Great.
soon. So maybe we add that to the list.
We'll
see how it compares to the original.
Yes. But last week, we only had one movie. We only had Holiday, and we just beat it into the ground because it was the only one that was up. But now we have a whole bunch of them. Kaitlin, take us into our first movie that we are covering today. Or should we list all of them that we're going to talk about and then...
Yeah, we should list them, and then Lisa can add timestamps, right? You can do that.
I ain't adding nothing. I ain't doing that. No. See, we don't plan this show. We just jump right in.
All right. Well, we'll tell you all the movies.
Yes, yeah.
And keep in mind, there will be spoilers ahead. We did not give a spoiler warning last time, but spoilers are coming up. So if you are hoping to watch these movies and not be spoiled, proceed with caution.
Yes.
All right. So first up, we're going to discuss Midnight at the Magnolia. Doesn't sound like a Christmas movie, but it is.
Oh, we have a lot to say about this.
And then we're discussing Operation Christmas Drop, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then we're moving on to Christmas Catch.
Yes.
And then Lisa's going to share her thoughts on...
part of New York Christmas Wedding and the first episode of Dash and Lily. These are all on Netflix.
Correct.
We were... I don't even know. I haven't checked Amazon or Hulu. Are they dropping stuff too?
Hulu does have one that's coming up that looks pretty good. It has Kristen Stewart and Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one looks really... They just dropped the trailer for it this week. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks really good, so we'll definitely probably watch that.
All right, Kaitlin, take us into a description of Midnight at the Magnolia.
Oh, geez. How do I describe this? I literally finished this, 5 minutes before we started recording. So I'll do my best with the description, so let me know what I miss. Two best friends and fellow radio hosts are about to hit it big and then have to pull off a hijinks where they pretend to be together in order to get the syndication deal of a lifetime and save their dad's jazz club during Christmas.
Were you reading that, or did you just make that up?
I just made it up.
That's phenomenal. I thought you were reading it. Remember last week when you tried to make me sum up Holiday and I just rambled on for 8 minutes and still didn't say the plot of the movie? Okay, you're doing that from now on. From now on, you're in charge of describing the movies.
It'll be really great when I have to describe the ones I haven't seen yet.
So part of this podcast is absolute torture for me and Kaitlin because we are used to watching these movies and texting all of our thoughts back and forth in paragraphs and paragraphs of text. Mm-hmm. Just all of our thoughts as we're watching the movie, we just send them to the other person. And that's been our tradition for years. But because we're doing the podcast, we're biting our tongue and we're not saying anything until we sit here. But Kaitlin, I think that you can agree that Midnight at the Magnolia is a masterpiece on par with Citizen Kane. I would say it's an instant classic.
I think I would go with more, it's so bad, it's good. It's so bad, it's funny. I've had to pause it a couple times to get through it. But it was still funny.
We also had to stop it several times.
That's when you know you're watching a good cinematic classic, when you have to pause.
Okay, here's why this is such a great movie. It is the quintessential. I mean, it is the epitome of what we're talking about when we say bad holiday movies that are so bad they're good, but also not good. Like, it's literally the whole point of this podcast is that we're talking about these type of movies that if it was any other genre, if it had nothing to do with Christmas, we would never sit through 20 minutes of this movie. But because it's holiday and it's feel good and there's Christmas trees in the background and sassy Christmas music and, all that crap, we love it and we sit through the whole thing and we will do it every year.
Yeah. To the credit of the movie, I think it starts pretty strong. We're introduced to Maggie and Jack, who are the best friends and radio hosts. They banter back and forth. They're talking about their significant others, and then their significant others end up breaking up with them right before the big New Year's party is about to happen.
Yeah, and that was going to be the whole reason for the party, is Correct. They were going to live on air introduce their significant others to their family, who they describe as just crazy. And this could not be a more normal, well-functioning family. The whole time they're just like, oh my God, you can't meet my family. They're absolutely insane. And I'm like, your family is so normal.
Yes, and they're so nice and welcoming.
They're so nice. They're employed. Yeah.
So the dads are business partners and own a jazz club and restaurant called the Magnolia. And so I guess the jazz club is not doing as well as they had hoped. So they hope by you having this big New Year's party with the radio show where they unveil their significant others that they can get more people to attend this party. And then, hijinks. Their significant others have broke up with them. So what are they going to do? They pretend to be together, which I thought was a very obvious plot point that was going to come through. I do think the two main characters had good chemistry, which I thought was good. But definitely I was a little thrown back because I'm like, aren't you in your mid-30s? Why do you keep going back and talking about high school and prom and all these drama that happened? Like, what?
But what
20
about
years
prom?
ago?
Don't you remember prom? You got your typical like Hallmark movie acting throughout the whole thing. It's cringy, but you expect it, and so it's fine. It's over the top. It's overacting.
Yeah.
But again, it's fine. Like, we accept that.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how every time they kept calling him Jack Russo, I kept saying, did they say Jack Cousteau? The whole time, I'm like, did they just call him Jack Cousteau? But yeah, the whole big thing is that they're terrestrial radio hosts, which is radio that's not satellite radio, which is what they aspire to, and this whole plot is for them to achieve their dreams of going on satellite radio. Which,
and getting national syndication.
Yes. And my husband, Sean, worked in radio for many years, and he had me pause the movie about 3 times to point out all of the inaccuracies in not only what they were saying, but like the whole setup of the board and like the speakers in the room and like how their producer was doing the Wayne's World countdown of the like with the fingers, the like 5, 4, 3, 2. Wait, I've never seen that happen in radio. No. You don't do that in radio.
I mean, wouldn't the producer be counting down to them on their headsets?
Right. Yeah. Yes, you're right. But also, I mean, it's all about pleasing the legendary Judd Crawford. We gotta please him. It's Judd Crawford.
Judd Crawford.
Be there.
Judd Crawford. I'm trying to think of other things that happened on this. I thought her apartment was gorgeous.
Yes, and she's the one that we were referring to in the top 10 when we said crying with a full face of makeup.
Oh yeah, she did that multiple times.
I'm so sexy and I'm so sad. I'm just so beautiful, but I'm so heartbroken, but also gorgeous.
How did you feel about the Cobwebs plotline that came through, Lisa?
Unnecessary, out of place, very ham-fisted. Lots of thoughts on it, Kaitlin. Not as many thoughts on her Hillary Clinton hairdo at the end of the movie, but
yes,
it's fine. How did she achieve that? She has long hair, and then it's like it went all Barbara Walters on us.
Yes, a lot of hairspray, and then a lot of like I don't know how she continued. She had to pin it.
I don't know either.
She had to pin it.
It's like
multiple times. But yes, I was confused by the hairstyle at the end. It looked fine. Also, her dress, I actually own that dress. It's a very popular bridesmaid dress.
Oh.
Yeah. As soon as she showed up,
wear it for the next episode? Yeah, I would like you to wear it, please.
I'll bust it out.
Or at least we need a picture of you in it.
Yes, I don't think there is one, so I'll have to share it with you. But yeah, it was interesting. Also, had multiple exterior shots of the Happy Goat Coffee Company, which is only located in Ottawa. So gives it away, Lisa. This was not shot in Chicago.
Oh my God! You just reminded me that at one point. They're sitting in the Magnolia, and then they cut away to an exterior shot as if to change locations, and then just went right back to the Magnolia. Like, there was no reason to do that. It was so confusing. I also, like, okay, so, like, you know, he does the whole song at the end, which is fine, but it's so out of place because they don't really show him being a musician as the film unfolds. You know what I mean? Like, if they kind of gave us, like, a taste here and there that he was, like, musically inclined, then the ending wouldn't have been so out of left field. But, like, the only thing they showed us was him, like, glancing longingly at his crappy Epiphone acoustic guitar, which is, like, like one of the lower brands of guitar. Like, put a Fender in there. Come on. What is this budget? The
only... Like, they spent it all in that apartment, because that apartment was gorgeous. But I will say, like, the only indication we got that he was a musician, that he wrote a song or performed a song in high school. And you're like, what have you been doing last? And they did host talk radio, so it's not like he's spinning tracks or talking to musicians or you see him flipping records or anything else. So we don't even get that he's, like, passionate about music. I have to read you my notes for when the song came on, because it says, oh no, what is this? No. What is this song? No.
How about the guy with the, like, was it a stand-up bass or something, standing behind them the whole time? Just really awkwardly, just like, why am I on camera? Like, where should I be looking? Like, why did they keep him in the frame? The whole ending. The poor man did not want to be there.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. I also thought the acting was very interesting because sometimes I'm like, oh, it's not so bad. And the other times they just dial it up. I also hated once they got together that she's like, oh, the way to show I'm happy is I'm going to kind of baby talk to him. And I was just like, no. On top of it, who goes sledding in heels?
In high heels! Yes!
No.
Thank God you said that.
No. On top of it, I also like this world posits for us. Sledding cures all.
Yes.
You want to forget your ex? Go sledding. You want to think
but you know what? Sense? I appreciate a movie like this that knows what it is. It knows what it is.
Oh yeah.
It hit us with every trope, every cliche that you want in a holiday film. It even went so far as to end, again, spoiler, with the proposal. Like, you went all the way. You know, I was expecting them to show us, you know, shots of like, I'm pregnant, like in the credits, but like, you know, they went all the way. They gave us everything we could have asked for. So like, props to them. It was cute.
Yes, and they gave you a very nice Canadian gazebo at the end credits after the proposal as they panned out.
Yeah.
It was a nice snowy decorated gazebo. It needed lights. But it gets the job done. I think the other thing I thought was interesting when they show the ring, why was the ring so pressed down in the box that you couldn't even see the band at all? You could just see the top of the ring, like, sticking out.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Which I thought was kind of funny, and not the way that they normally present it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else we missed.
Is that Puns snoring behind you?
That was Puns, yes.
I love Puns so much. You know what's funny? Before we even started recording, I was like, if we could get audio of Puns snoring in the background, that would be ideal. And I was totally joking, and now we're getting it.
Yes, you probably will. He went to doggy daycare today, so he might be a little tired.
He's so cute.
Yes, he ran around with his friends. I actually think I have all the thoughts on this particular movie. Oh, the other one was, I did write down, Lisa, just so you have this on my notes, is washroom. They are Canadians.
Oh, yes, I did.
They
would
never
say
it
a washroom. I think I remember saying that as I was watching. Who calls it a washroom?
They would not say washroom in Chicago. That was the giveaway for me.
Well, I think, you know what's funny? Even though we just destroyed it, like I said, I still think it's a fun watch, and I still think it's a great holiday rom-com to like watch with the family. It's definitely PG.
It's PG.
Not like Holiday. You know what's funny? It's kind of a similar plot to The Holiday because it's like the fake relationship that goes on so long that it becomes a real relationship.
Yep.
So Holiday is kind of like the R-rated version of that, and this is like the PG.
Yeah.
So there you go. Give it a watch.
Yeah, it's light, it's fluffy. I think just go in. You're not like you go in not expecting the world. Like it, you know what it is.
Do it for the lols.
Yes.
Okay. So I feel good about how we've covered that film.
Yes.
Let's move on to a new one on Netflix called Operation Christmas Drop, based on a real life operation that has been going on, I think, since the 50s, right?
Yes, correct.
I think. Okay. Yeah. Hit us with the description, the log line. Go.
Okay, where's my description? I actually wrote a description of this one. Okay.
Oh, nice.
A flyboy pilot who is passionate about Christmas is tasked with showing around a legal aid. He and the entire base fears she may be looking to shut it down and close their humanitarian efforts called Operation Christmas Drop.
Boom. So this one right off the bat, I feel hits a couple of our top 10. You have the work obsessed and tragically single protagonist, with the stick up her butt, and then you have the like rude but handsome stranger who will soon fall in love with you, right? Those are two really big ones. I liked this movie. I thought it was really cute. You tell me things now.
I really enjoyed the movie as well. I thought it was good. I think they did a good job with pacing. It didn't have the ebbs and flows or the dragging that I think we experienced with a little bit with like Holiday and Midnight at the Magnolia, where we had to pause it a couple times. They do a good job of keeping everything moving. I also really enjoyed the location. So everything was shot in Guam. They actually shot it at the actual Air Force base where this operation takes place.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
I thought that was really cool. I think the actors were actually pretty good. I think the chemistry was kind of mixed, where I felt like Kat Graham, who plays, I forget what her name is in this. I just kept calling her Bonnie Bennett because that's who she is in Vampire Diaries. So
I never remember character names ever.
Yeah, so Bonnie Bennett and Kato from the Hunger Games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh, that is him.
Yeah.
He did look familiar. Okay.
Yes.
I only saw the first Hunger Games.
Yes,
was he the one that was like dressed up like a tree? No.
No, but he wasn't the first one.
No, that's the other guy.
He was the most like threatening guy.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think the actors were not bad. I think they did okay. I have thoughts that I'll get into in particular about Kato and the casting in a little bit, but I think they did their job. They did good. There was no noticeable like really bad acting that like really disrupted it. It was good. I also really enjoyed the use of call signs in this movie. Like, I don't think it was necessarily accurate that everybody gets a call sign, but we're rolling with it. I'm okay with it. I do enjoy a good call sign. I do enjoy a good nickname. So I was happy with that. I did enjoy, like, they also named the planes when they took off to drop Christmas presents on the island, like Santa 1 and Santa 2. Like, I thought that was very cute.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job with what they had.
What is his character's name? I forget.
It was like Andrew, right?
I think it's Andrew, like Commander or Captain.
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 So, Andrew something.
Okay.
And his code. Tell me some of your pros, Lisa, because I got some comments for you.
So this is probably just me, and I kind of feel like a bad person saying this. Because it was a cute movie, and I really like that it's based on real events, and it's like people who don't know about this operation. Like it's cool and it's cute and it's great. I don't know. I just kind of found it a little too sentimental the whole time, like a little too eye rolling in the sense that like it was a whole hour of people telling her like, I know you think he's really rude, but he's actually a really sweet guy. He's like the greatest person you'll ever meet. He's so loyal. Like over and over and over, just like for an hour. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like, just put your guard down. Like, okay, like I get it.
I agree with you because I think the issue with the actor that they cast to play Andrew, who is the flyboy, you know, kind of, but has his charm and is really into Christmas. Like, I feel like I kept thinking back to Kato and I was like, he's just miscast. Like, I think he just does not have that chemistry, or we need more time with him. Like, I feel like he would have been fine if this was a TV show and he's more like Luke from the OC, where he's more of like, he comes off as that water polo player, kind of a jerk, but there's more under the skin. Like, he, under the surface, and you grow to like him, he can play that character. I think if I was going to cast somebody else on this part and stick him with the Hunger Games, I would have gone with Jack Quaid, who played Marvel in the Hunger Games. Like, you need that charm. And I think that's what was missing with the flyboy personality in the casting.
As long as it's someone from the Hunger Games, okay?
I mean,
just one of them.
Yeah, like, I think Jack Quaid has that. Like, he has that charm that the comments, especially early with Andrew, where he was kind of being kind of snarky to her, like, it didn't land like, oh, he's being playful and this is banter. It was kind of like, this guy's a jerk. Instead of like really like, and I also didn't get the point that he really liked Christmas and that he was like goofy and cares about it. And I think that was what was missing from me and like how he played the role. I think he nailed Flyboy. He just didn't nail me that this guy would not go home to see his family in Indiana because he loves Christmas so much. On top of it, that they would make his call sign affiliated with it, and I hated the reveal on the call sign that his call sign is Claus. But it's like Claus, like, oh, no, not like Santa Claus, like Claus, like cat Claus. And I'm like, okay, cool. Where's the story? Is there a story about cats? Is there going to be a Wolverine reference? Did he break up with some girl so badly that she went at him with her nails and it was like Claus? Like, what?
I like that.
What are we going to get? And it was, no, it's an acronym that stands for Can't Let Anyone Without Santa or something? What was it? Can't let anyone...
I don't remember.
It doesn't pay off because then at the end it's like, well, then why didn't you just make him Claus? Why was there a reveal? It was a little silly.
Yeah,
just make him Claus like Santa Claus.
I totally agree with you. I think it's hard because I do think it's a good movie. I think it's solid. I like the message and the premise and the shooting locations and the acting. I think it's great. I personally just found it a little boring. Like, I kind of just was spacing off here and there. So it's hard because that's totally a personal opinion, and I would recommend it to other people. But it's fine. You know, we always ask for something different. You know, like, give us something different for a holiday rom-com, and it was definitely different, and it was clever, and it was unique. So
agreed. I think it was beautifully shot. I think it's a nice like escape, especially because we really can't travel right now. We're all probably still in quarantine. Yes. So it's like the reason why people are like watching like Below Deck and the travel shows more than ever. It lets you get away. It lets you escape. Yeah. It's very pretty. I think if I was in charge of this movie, I would have made it that I think the thing that Kato or Andrew was missing. I feel so bad calling him the Hunger Games character, but I kept thinking of Kato the entire time, and I'm just like, Bonnie Bennett, get away from him. It's Kato. I would have given him a better friend. Like, he had his friends that were around, but I think he needed that cheery bro to banter with so much that I like looked him up that he was in Bad Boys for Life. And one of his co-stars was Charles Melton, and they have such good chemistry. They had such good bantering, and I'm like, we needed that. We needed more bantery or a friend to bring it out more, that we're like, oh, we do like this guy a little bit more. He is charming, and I think that was the thing that fell flat for me as a protagonist. Otherwise, I think this would have been like a slam dunk, as you said, and they wouldn't have to do so much of the, oh, he's just so nice, and he
trust us. Yeah. I could watch an entire movie of just banter. I love banter. Give me more banter. Yeah. Maybe that's why I love shows like Seinfeld. I need very little plot. I just need banter. That's what I need. Hilarious back and forth.
Also, the gecko really needed more budget for the CGI.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
And probably could have just not dealt with that. But yes. So I think Lisa felt it a little slow. I thought it was pretty fun. It entertained me the entire time. But I think we both recommend it. Like, it's definitely fun. It's definitely beautifully shot. It's definitely pretty. Especially if you miss, like, if you're in somewhere really cold, you miss tropical places. Like, it's a nice escape.
Yeah, I like when she left him on the beach. That was pretty funny.
Yes, that was very cute.
Okay, so next,
what do we say in order? We're doing Christmas Sketch?
Yeah, so Kaitlin, so this might happen on our podcast because there's a butt ton of holiday movies out there and we can't both watch all of them. So Kaitlin watched Christmas Catch. I know nothing about it except for maybe there's some kind of heist. I don't know. But Caitlin's going to tell us about it, and then I'm going to ask her questions, and then she's maybe going to recommend it to me or not. Let's see how it unfolds.
All right.
Take it away, Kaitlin.
All right. I don't have a description written for this one, so I'm going to nail it. A rookie police officer is at a stakeout during Christmas. Trying to think of what else to say during Christmas.
Crumbling under the pressure. Come on, Kaitlin.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm trying to think of how to consolidate it all because there's so much I want to talk about, especially because
still better than the way I would have done.
Support me on the plot points. And a diamond reindeer goes missing. Could the suspect be her new boyfriend?
What? Okay, wait. Okay, back up. Okay. So we have a lovely young lady. I'm sure she's beautiful.
Yes. She
is
a police officer.
Yes, this is a comedic rom-com? Like, this is just your typical, like, hour and a half funny rom-com, or no?
I think it's more unintentional comedy.
Okay. Sometimes those are better.
Yes.
Okay, so she's a rookie cop.
Yes. So she's a rookie cop.
And I'm sure she's like, I'm pretty, but I'm tough as nails.
And she's got two best friends.
Okay. Gal pals?
One is a gal pal. The other is someone you might recognize from Gilmore Girls.
Who? Which one?
He owns a coffee shop in the movie.
What? Luke?
No.
Oh. What? Oh.
He made me think of Luke, but it's Michelle as a hipster in an American accent, and it threw me through a loop.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Michelle is the friend.
Okay, wait. So
I literally screamed.
Is he French in real life?
I don't know.
Or was he only French on Gilmore Girls?
I don't know, but he did an American accent the entire time during this movie and dressed like a hipster.
Kaitlin, you're blowing my mind right now. I don't know if I can watch him do an American accent. It's like cheating on Gilmore Girls.
I think you'll have to watch it because I was like, is he undercover? Like, what? I feel like, Michelle, what are you doing? Like, are you playing a part? Like, are you in a play? Like, tell me more. Like, I have to understand, why are you doing this?
So here's the problem, is that this one we can't do a spoiler because I think I do want to watch this.
Okay.
It sounds amazing.
So
you have to sell me on this movie and tell me the good and the bad without revealing the big ending. Can you do that? I'm fine with a couple spoilers.
Okay.
But
I won't. I'll be limited on this one. So basically, the premise of this is that there's a diamond encrusted reindeer worth $3 million.
Okay.
And it was stolen, I believe, like last Christmas. And so the main character, who is a police officer, runs into this guy on the street. They have a fun conversation. They think that they have really chemistry. They have meet cute. The guy is friends with Michelle from Gilmore Girls, who owns the coffee shop. The coffee shop guy gives her phone number to this guy and connects them. He calls her up and's like, hey, like, let's go on a date. And because of this, they're like, hey, he might have the diamond-encrusted reindeer. You need to stake him out.
Wait, what makes him suspicious?
Because his wife disappeared and was a known jewelry robber. Or diamond store robber. Yeah.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's where we're at on that. I'm going to leave it at that because otherwise it gets too... Oh, Mackenzie and Carson are the name of our two main characters because you tell how memorable they are that I had to look to my notes to get there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Other
so
pros...
you would say... Yeah, keep going.
Definitely filmed in Canada.
For sure. Yeah.
Got some good Christmas cheer. He quotes Ferris Bueller.
Nice.
Was a love interest. She has some nice, like, she dresses kind of interesting, but she has this very cute leather jacket she wears consistently that I'm there for. On their first date, they both wear green and red, so props to the costume designer on that one. Like,
very appropriate.
There's some good moments. They talk about 80s movies. Like, There's some cute things that are going on there. They also do a good job with her partner. Good chemistry there. But yeah, there's still some very cheesy moments.
So it sounds like it hits a couple of our top 10.
Yeah.
You know what? Filmed in Canada should really be in our top 10. Maybe we should get rid of Gazebo and put in Filmed in Canada.
I don't know. Like, Gazebo is such a Gilmore reference. I feel like we have to keep it. It also ends in the most... the movie keeps the tempo well. I definitely didn't pause it. I will not give any spoilers on this. But the definite, like, end, I was just like, okay.
I can't wait.
And that...
I think I'm gonna watch it.
Yes. But yes. Please text me when you watch this, because then we can give spoilers. We're definitely doing spoilers next week on this, because I have to, Lisa. We have to discuss more.
Yes.
I do have one question, though.
Okay, yeah, hit me.
Okay, so definitely one of the things that I've noticed in the last movie, as well as this one, is when there are height differences. Like, the actor is super tall. I actually looked up Kato, and he's like 6'2", and Bonnie Bennett, is like 5'2", so there's like a foot difference. In this movie, there was a huge height difference between the main actor and the female lead. So I wanted to ask you, Lisa, have you ever
the woman was taller?
No, the woman was tiny.
Okay.
Once again, very short.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to do the apple box or a weird lean on actors that are taller than you?
So reverse of that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting inside actor tidbit I'm going to tell you guys. They want female actors to be short in general. Every agent I've ever had has asked me to put my height a little bit shorter than it actually is on my resume, because, you know, there are a lot of male actors like Tom Cruise who are quite short, and they want women to still be able to wear high heels and be the love interest and not tower over them and emasculate them. So yeah, actually that is like a perk. If you're like tiny and small and beautiful, that's, you know, that's a home run for you if you're an actress. So yeah, I've had male co-stars have to be on an apple box. I too have also had to be on an apple box if I'm acting opposite, you know, very, very tall people. But no, in general, I feel like I'm maybe like 1 inch over perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I think 5'7" and below is perfect for the actors, but I'm 5'8", so I usually say I'm 5'7". Oh god, I just blew my coverage the whole, you know, 200 people who are gonna listen to this.
You can edit it out, Lisa. Edit it out. You're 5.
But it's true. I mean, you know, I'm sure that like with the internet, that's a pretty obvious thing now. You can't really hide anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's actually true. Is that you know, they want the women to be short.
Well, so I noticed this, I think, the first time going back to the Hunger Games and the second Hunger Games, because Jennifer Lawrence, I think, is taller than Josh Hutcherson, who plays Peter Morlark. So they're like the two.
He's the one who was the tree.
Yeah, so she definitely, like, you could tell when they stand next to each other and it's a full body shot that she like does a weird lean into him so that they look more like the same height.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was kind of interesting, and I was like, huh. And then ever since then, I've started to notice so much, and I was like, there are definitely shots on both of these movies where I was like, the women are on apple boxes because these dudes are just gigantic.
So tall.
Like, 6'2" and above.
Right. It's funny and kind of embarrassing that I watched The Hunger Games, like this beloved award-winning film, and my only takeaway was like, oh, that guy was a tree. That's the only thing I remember.
Josh Hutcherson.
Okay. Is he the guy who was a tree? Oh no, he was the tree guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
I'd also like to let you know that my last note on this movie was, Lisa, I dropped my phones on puns. He was not happy.
You dropped your phone?
I was taking notes for you, and then I accidentally dropped it and woke him up. So.
Oh no! What was the look he gave you? Was it just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And then did he go right back to sleep?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Classic puns.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Kaitlin recommends Christmas Catch.
I recommend it. We'll talk more about it once Lisa's watched it, because there are definite things we have to discuss about it.
Yeah, I just heard another really juicy puns snore too, and that made me really happy.
Yes.
Okay. So we had somebody on Twitter ask us to watch A New York Christmas Wedding. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I didn't read anything about it before I put it on because It's funny because Midnight at the Magnolia sounds like a very intense drama, but it was really kooky rom-com. And New York Christmas Wedding sounds like a very kooky rom-com, but it's actually a very dramatic film. So I got about 20 minutes into it, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought the acting was really good, and the story looked like it was going to, unfold well. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I don't feel like this type of movie falls into our spectrum, you know what I mean, of movies that we want to review. Like, we want to make fun of like the comedies and the type of movies we were just talking about, and this was definitely turning out to be like a serious drama. Okay. I was not prepared to watch it. I didn't feel like that was really up our alley, so I'm sure it's a good movie. Those of you out there who have watched it, go ahead and tweet us your thoughts. We might watch it just independently of the podcast and maybe talk about it off air. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, it just didn't really seem in vein with our particular seasonal 8 episode podcast. So I have no thoughts on it. It seemed like it was going to be good with the 20 minutes I watched, but I don't know if that helps anybody. But mm-hmm. So there's that. Okay, so we are nearing the end-ish.
Tell me about Dash and Lily, which is a show, mixing it up.
Oh my gosh.
I remember us seeing the trailer and texting about it, and I thought originally it was a movie, and then it was a show, and I texted you about it, and then I think we forgot about it, and now it's out.
So I was initially lukewarm on the idea of a Christmas-themed series, right? Okay, mm-hmm. Because the only one we've seen was last year with that, like, what was it, Dennis Quaid, Ashley Tisdale sitcom.
What was it called?
Something or other. I don't remember, but it was god awful. It had a couple moments that were cute, but it was just kind of cringy, and of course we watched it because it was Christmas. Of course we're going to watch it. We're going to watch everything like this.
Merry, happy, whatever.
Yes. Merry, happy, whatever. Yes. And that kind of just turned me off on the idea of Christmassy sitcoms. Like, let's just give us a movie. Just give us a meal. We don't want to keep coming back for more. We just want to, yeah. But I watched episode 1 of Dash and Lily. I'm only 1 episode in. I could not love it more. I love it so much. And I gotta tell you, one of the biggest perks is that the 2 lead characters are not Ken and Barbie. They look like real, actual people. And Dash is an awesome actor. It has such a compelling plot. Do you want like a little... I don't even want to give a rundown of the plot because it will give away its magic. I'm really hoping that moving forward, the rest of the episodes are as good as the first one because it's really setting up to be phenomenal, which is scary and cool because if it's... You know what I mean? Like, I really want it to live up to what it's set up. And I don't know if it can. God, I hope it can. Because it's so good so far. Kaitlin, it's so good. All I'll say is that there's a mystery involved, but not in a traditional sense. There's like kind of a scavenger hunt involved, and it's very cheeky. And it's cute, but it's not cheesy, and oh my god, it's just so good. I can't wait for you to watch. Kaitlin, are you gonna watch it?
Oh, I'm definitely watching it this weekend. I'm definitely watching it, don't worry.
The acting, the way it's shot, even just the smaller characters with only a couple lines, I think are just brilliantly cast. So we will report back next episode with how should we binge it and then talk about it next week, or should we kind of watch it as the podcast unfolds and then the show will should we do that? And then we'll talk about the finale on our finale? Yeah. And it'll be a crash of finales. Okay.
Let's do it.
So those of you listening out there, you just got the exclusive scoop. We are going to watch the show and talk about it. We'll do a little math and we'll see how many episodes that Dash and Lily has, and then divide it by 8, and then we'll watch that video.
Because we're obviously on episode 2, we're gonna have to combine a couple, but we'll make it work. We will make it work.
We will make it work, and then we also still have to keep up with Great British Baking Show.
Yep.
Hey,
and the
here's
holiday edition of the Great Britain Baking Show.
Do you know why it's called Great British Baking Show in America and not Great British Bake Off, which is its original title? Do you know why?
Drop me with this Hollywood magic knowledge, Lisa.
Hell yeah. I'm so glad you didn't say, yeah, of course, everyone knows that, because I'm really excited to tell you this. So, the original show is called The Great British Bake Off, but when they syndicated it in America, they had to call it Great British Baking Show because Pillsbury has had the American copyright on the term bake off for like a bazillion years. Oh. So they couldn't actually call it bake off because of Pillsbury. So they had to call it the Great British Baking Show in America. There you go, folks. There's some information that you didn't need to know, but now you know.
And knowing's half the battle.
You're welcome. Yes, knowing's half the battle. But yeah, I know it's not Christmassy, but we're big GBBO fans.
They have the holiday edition coming out. Yes.
Oh my God, with Dairy Girls, the cast of Dairy Girls. Kaitlin, have you watched Dairy Girls?
I have not. Sell me on Dairy Girls.
It's it's okay. It's so amazing. I'm trying to sell it in a way that doesn't make it sound horrible, because when I describe things, I describe them horribly. It centers around a group of teenage girls and one teenage boy in Ireland, in Derry, Northern Ireland, during the Troubles, so like during the 90s. It's phenomenal. It's really, really funny, and you're not going to understand about a fourth of the dialogue because of their Northern Irish accents, but it's really, really good. You're going to be surprised at how good it is. So give it a chance.
Okay. I'll put it on the watch list.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to watch it like in January, like when all the
yes, we're Christmas focused right now for the next 2 months. I also have another thing to add to your rom-com list and get your thoughts on it, Lisa.
Hit me.
A slow dance immediately following a fast dance between our two protagonists or love interests, which happened in what is it? Magnolia, Midnight at the Magnolia, and Operation Christmas Drop. I feel like this is a common trope.
Yes, it is. And you know what I love about our top 10 and about all of these tropes? I'm happy when I see them. You know what I mean? They're so cliche and they're so predictable, but when they happen, it makes me happy. It fills me with joy, and I'm happy it's happening. I don't care that it's cliche. I don't care that it's overdone. I want it to happen. So, I don't know I'm sure, surely you feel the same way. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, oh yeah. And so
it's almost disappointing when it doesn't happen.
I know, and I think there are tropes we've missed. So if there are any of your favorite holiday movie tropes, please tell us. Send it to us on Twitter. Let us know in the comments, because we want to know them all. And now I'm going to have to think about it. What are my 10?
Yeah, you need... Well, it's going to be hard to come up with another 10 outside of these, because, I don't know, Kaitlin. I'm pretty good at creating top 5 and top 10 lists.
I mean, you have some experience.
Skilled in it. That's right, I have a little experience. You can follow me at Lisa Foyles, and you can follow Kaitlin. Do you and puns.
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KStewTurley, and you can follow Puns on Instagram at PunsOfDamageFrenchie.
He's delightful. It's one of the better, probably the best dog Instagram out there.
Oh,
I'm
thank
a little
you.
Biased, but
we don't update it as often, but hey, if you want some cute dog photos, Puns is there. He also gets a lot on all my channels, so I post about him constantly. Because
Kevin's Instagram has not been updated since 2019, so it's fine.
They're vintage. It's vintage. And do not forget, Lisa has a book she wrote, makes an excellent holiday gift.
Thank you. I always forget. I really appreciate that you say that. Yes, if you're looking for a gift for a young reader in your life, niece, nephew, daughter, son, whatever, any child that you know that loves fantasy, or if you, adult people, if you like whimsical family-friendly fantasy with magical creatures, all sorts of fun stuff like that, check out my book, Ash Ridley and the Phoenix. It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and everywhere books are sold. So pick it up. It's an awesome Christmas present, and then it'll make me super happy and fill me with joy. Just like gazebos and inns that need saving and small town busybodies. Okay,
I think the other thing you've missed on your list is the magic or power of Christmas.
Power of Christmas, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Gotta have the power of Christmas. Well, this has been really enjoyable. Yeah. And I'm glad I decided to drink wine.
I'm glad you did too.
But then I did.
Cheers to you all. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
All right. See you next episode, guys. Bye.
Bye.